This week's talk is on foundational practices.
The importance of having a ground and a foundation, kind of building on the idea of consciousness and awareness and earthling and being connected to one's life and one's place in the world.
Yeah, and when I think of, things that I would love to impart to young people, there are certain practices that I call foundational in my life because they really set the stage for me feeling like I have a full, optimal life.
For me, one of the things I was realizing with one of my foundational practices, which is a daily meditation, is that the time I give myself, that no one can take that away from me. Like, that's a relationship. Having a foundational practice is a relationship that is very personal and very self-rewarding. And it's really a form of self-care. So, right, no one can take away the time I've sat with myself, been with my feelings, been with my thoughts. And the more I invest that, the more secure I am in my relationship with myself. And those things at the core of them, these whatever your foundational practice is really a form of self-care, a form of self-love.
Yeah. So these practices are, what I hear you saying is it's a way to invest in yourself.
That's right.
Yeah. And it feeds on itself and tends to create ongoing benefits. So foundational for me also is meditation. I have committed to meditating daily because I see the benefit of that, and it varies in length of time, but anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on the space that I have that day. And for me, it feels important to start my day that way. And so I do it pretty soon after I wake up every day, just to have, when you're building a habit in your life, it's helpful to have a time that it's kind of stacked into your schedule. So that's my daily routine. And what it provides for me, what meditation offers for me, is I'm much more connected to a sense of presence and beingness. And I think I share that with other beings more because I do tap into that space through my meditation. And that's really what I'm looking for. I think in the beginning, it's almost like a training of the mind, a meditation practice of, just coming back to what's actually happening in the present moment and not getting lost in our thoughts or our emotions. And now what I look for in each meditation is to connect with something larger than my individual self, connect with that sense of beingness or presence that is bigger than my personal story. So yeah, I look to lose my sense of my personal self into something larger, that sense of beingness out of my drama that could be happening on any given day. So that's why I meditate.
Yeah, I meditate daily now. I didn't used to. And my breakthrough in meditation came when I realized that I was not trying to get into a different state outside of myself or somehow leave myself. My breakthrough came when I realized I was going to the still place inside, the observer, the part of me that's in tune with life at a very deep level. So that gave me a lot of access. My practice also developed when I realized that I need to honor thoughts, honor feelings. This was before I got introduced to parts work. So I would acknowledge current levels of thoughts. I would honor current levels of feeling. And I've been meditating daily for a good year and a half now. And most of the time I try to just become present, just be there. And I will honor thoughts and feelings as needed. I will give them space and more of a part spirit. Meditation alone is not enough for me. Another practice that I really need to do is I need to journal. It's like I get all this stuff going on and I really need to just kind of get it out on paper. Writing is an important part of my life for some reason. And I do that. So if I don't write, whether that's dreams or just stuff that's going on, then I tend to feel a little bit more congested. And so journaling is a really, really important practice for me to get stuff out. Yeah, so I'd say those are my two core practices.
Yeah. Another practice for me is movement. Pretty essential. And I commit to moving my body in a vigorous way at least 3 times a week. And I have gotten to the point where I really look forward to the movement. It's not any kind of chore, or there's not resistance to work through, and mainly because I do kinds of movements that I really enjoy. And if I'm not necessarily really enjoying the process, like I go to the gym and I'm lifting some weights, and I tend to actually make ways to enjoy that too. But I also just love how I feel afterwards.
Yeah.
That's a real good payoff for me.
No, that's nice. I call that the two of hearts. Do what you love and loves you back. Really basic principle. You may not love it during, but you love it after. The other thing that I'm really excited about that's become a part of my life in the past 2.5 years, is what I call daycrafting. And I've talked with you about it. And daycrafting is this simple idea that kind of made sense to me, to approach each day with a craftiness. And there's more I'm going to say about daycrafting as we go through this process of sharing opportunities to connect, drop in, be with our human experience in maybe a fun, more informed, more alive way. But the thing I would offer to you is just the idea when you wake up in the morning of trying to think, okay, like we were in our kindergarten, we got the craft table. These are the elements of my day. What can I make out of my day? Pelican fishing over there. What can I do with my day? What's a way I can take what I have and make a little art in it, make a little connection, and see how that goes. So foundations.
Foundational practices.
Yeah.
You invest in them, they will give back to you.
True. And do you want to talk at all about like what it's like when you lose your foundation? Does that feel?
I mean, we are in our early 50s now, so we're more, we've had a lot of experience kind of losing foundation and coming back. And at this point, it's just like, it's just so much easier to stick with the foundation.
Right.
You know, but it's super natural, very natural to go, out of your commitment practices and in and out of something. And that was my meditation, I would say, for many years, is coming in and out
Touch
of
and
it.
go.
Yeah, knowing it was important to me, but not fully prioritizing it.
Yeah.
Now it's prioritized.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that takes a while to learn how to do that. And so normalizing touch and go with the foundation, having it come and go, normalizing different reactions to when it does, and feeling, maybe self-frustrated, out of touch. But I'd say that's part of the work, is really learning how to cultivate a foundation. And it does get easier when you get older.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sweet. You have that to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. Bye for now.
Peace out.